So this guy messes up this deal. He loses $264 trillion. And at the roundtable meeting, they decide to kick him out of the Illuminati. I don't know if you can see, but it has the, there it is, as soon as I bring it closer to the camera. Oh, that's funny. You bring it closer to the camera, and it's there. But then if you take it back, it disappears. It's kind of like that video where they're talking about, whether the planes actually went into the World Trade Center or not. It's, the one guy who was a video expert was trying to say that there's some phenomenon where the farther it gets back, some of the pixels will bleed together and you'll have things disappear like this. And I didn't believe the guy until now. Look at it. Like, you can see it disappear as I bring it away. Anyway. So that's scene one. And this guy goes to work, and he messes up this deal. $78 billion he loses them. I mean, sure, it's not $264 trillion, but $78 billion is still a lot of money. So his boss is pissed, and he says, "You're fired." It says you're fired on the card, but I don't know if you can... There it is. You're fired. So this guy's having a little string of bad luck. So he goes to AC, and he gambles away the family farm. Look at him. You can see how sad he is. This is a pretty bad thing. I mean, this guy's having bad luck. Maybe not bad luck, maybe bad decisions. I mean, because he, he screwed up that deal, $78 billion, and he just got kicked out of the Illuminati. So Wall Street, no more of that. He loses the family farm now. What's he gonna do? So, he gets home, and he gets this lawsuit in the mail. He still has no job. And, oh crap, I gotta come up with $65,000. I mean, sure, it's not like I lost the family farm, or if I lost $78 billion or $264 trillion, but $65,000 is still a lot of money. So what do? You sell everything you have. Still has no job. Sells everything. He comes up with $3,256, and he buys a used car. Man, think about what's going on here. I mean, this guy was a high roller, and little by little, he kind of lost everything he had, almost. Now he's down to a $3,000 car. Coming from where he was coming from, that's pretty low. Most of the people that I know, our cars are nowhere near $3,000 worth, but you can see from this guy's perspective, he's probably taking a big step down. So the money left over from selling everything, he goes to the bar, and he's like, "Hey guys, it's on me." He still doesn't have a job, but he has a great time. Everybody at the bar loves him. So of course they invite him to the bar the next day. He only has enough for himself, but he crashes his car, and he spends the last $36 he has. He still doesn't have a job. And now he has no car. You know what that might feel like? Losing everything you have. I mean, got kicked out of the Illuminati, he lost his job, gambled away the family farm, he's getting sued. He gets down to a used car, blows all of his money, blows the rest of his money, and crashes that car. So, still no job. Next day, he goes to the bar, and he can only afford one drink. That's his last $8. Next day, he has to get some spare change to buy a 40, just to get him through. Need I say, he still doesn't have a job. So this guy's at a low point. I mean, I don't know how many days it's been. It must have been a week since the initial opening of the film. This is where we start really looking at the hardship. Thinking, sometimes you might think it's pathetic when you see people getting their spare change to buy that 40, but not all of them are just doing it for fun. I mean, many of them have legitimate past experiences in which things were going well, and through no fault of their own, things have led to this. This guy is just at this point right now. His luck changes. his luck changes when on the sewer grate he finds a 1913 wheat penny. Technically, it's only a penny, but pre-1982 pennies are made out of copper, and they're worth approximately almost 3 cents at today's market. I think it's like 2.5 cents. The wheat pennies, though, I mean, they go for like 5 cents, sometimes even more. So this guy's like, he's having a stroke of luck now. Man, 1 penny. You've seen what this guy came from, the kind of dollar amounts this guy used to be dealing with, and how progressively the value of the money, $2.65. I mean, these quarters, these dimes, this penny means the world to him at this point. So then he needs 50 cents. He's trying to get a spare cigarette off this guy. All he needs is 50 cents. And he's like, yo, I know how to get 50 cents. So he runs around and he begs for the money, and he gets it. He accomplishes the goal. Things are looking up. Now he wants to get some candy. He needs $3.21. And he's thinking, how am I going to get $3? So he's scheming. Now he's trying to think, okay, $3.21, I might not have time to beg for this. It could take all day. He'll figure it out. He'll get that $3.21, even if it takes him all day to beg for it. But he gets it. He accomplishes his goal, and he gets what he wants. And things are looking up. So the next day, he delivers pizza with his friend's car. He makes $41. And he spends it at the bar, but yo, like, this is when you have a couple days, when just the other day you crashed your car, you go back, you can only get 1 drink, then you're buying the 40. Now this guy's back on top. When you got $41 to go to the bar with, you're the man. I'm sure this guy had a blast that night. I can't wait to make that scene and expand upon what can go on in this situation. So then he gets home and his friends are like, yo, the internet bill, it's like 2 months overdue. You need to come up with $3.20. Each of us need to come up with $3.20. He finally gets a job. He gets a job, and his first paycheck goes to his friends, his roommates. He successfully pays the internet bill. $320 is a lot of money. Then he gets a new credit card. His friends convince him to go buy a new guitar and an amp. And he does it. He's like, I only have to come up with $1,200. What's that, $17 every month for the rest of my life? Yeah, I can sign up for that. And they're like, how would you like a new car? If you can come up with $20,000 by 2066, all you gotta do is sign here. You just gotta come up with $20,000. So he gets this brand new car. He's balling. Then he finds out that if he can come up with $600,000 by 2015, he can save the family farm. Which is a good deal, because earlier in the movie, I'm sure you remember that he lost the family farm for gambling the equivalent of $3 million. So this is a good deal if he has 3 years to come up with this money. So then we go on this little side trip where, like, for the next 3 years, the guy gets into legitimate fundraising, and, he's coming up with a bigger amount here. I mean, this isn't the kind of money that you can just go earn. You can't just get a job and earn 60. This is the kind of money that you can only get by doing some serious scheming. Or borrowing off someone else who's done some serious scheming. No one should have that kind of money. I mean, I'm sure that throughout your lifetime, maybe you might make that much. And I guess there's people who make that much. You say there's a lot of people who make $100,000 a year, but after taxes, do you really think they make $100,000 a year? But to me, this is an unimaginably high number. Like, I can't even comprehend how much $600,000 are. But anyway, he has 3 years to do it, and he does it. Then they lay it on him. If you can come up with $92 million by Christmas, you can save Christmas. So then we go into this scheme. You know, he has a little shorter time frame than this time. This time he had 3 years to try to raise $600,000. Now he has to raise $92 million before Christmas. How are you going to get that kind of money in only 4 months? Well, he does it. And we have an action sequence, and everybody sings Christmas songs together, and that's the end of the movie. Oh wait, if you come up with $265 billion by Monday, we can bring down that corporation that you got fired from earlier. And so he does, by Monday. How does he do it? He gets on the phone, he makes it happen. So then he gets this deal where, like, yo, if you come up with 70 trillion by 8 p.m., we can get Benjamin Fulford's team of samurais to take down the Illuminati. So he's like, 8 p.m.? I don't know how I'm going to raise 70 trillion by 8 p.m., but he does it. So here's the kicker. These humanoid aliens come down. They look just like us, but they're like, yo, if you don't come up with $3 quadrillion in the next 5 minutes, these real aliens are going to come through and they're going to blow up the world. You have 5 minutes. So the guy's on the phone, he gets Bill Gates on the phone, he has like all the government, he has the Chinese government on the phone, like all these people in the world are making all these phone calls, and like, it's just like really hectic, but in 4 minutes, they make it happen, and they raise the money. Alright, so that's the idea for the movie. But, to recap, basically what goes on is, you know, the guy's a high roller, he's dealing with big dollar amounts, but through some misfortunes, he ends up getting to live the kind of life that the rest of us do, where you don't have a job, and some bad things happen to you, and you can only afford that one drink, you're looking for spare change. If you get that chance, if something lucky happens to you, you can work your way up, and you get, you know, higher dollar amounts. You start getting into capital, and you start borrowing, and then you just come up with all this money, and then you're playing with other people's money. You get to back up to ridiculous amounts of money, just like in the beginning, you know, playing with other people's money. It can get you in trouble, but playing with other people's money can do some good things. How do you come up with $3 quadrillion? We got this derivatives bubble coming up. It's only 1 quadrillion. We don't even know what we're going to do about that. I mean, you get all the money. I mean, Bill Gates' net worth is, what, like 60 billion? Bill Gates can't take down the Illuminati. Bill Gates wouldn't even be able to bring down Metallica. Well, I'm sure Microsoft probably has more than 60. I don't know. Bill Gates would definitely be able to save Christmas. Alright, well, that's my idea. Thanks for watching.